All right, I got my morning all planned. I got two new bars, a bar for that, a bar for that, new chains for that, two new chains for that, two new chains for that. I have a bunch of chains, but I have sharpened the life out of most of them. So, and I got a lot of trees to cut coming up, and my generator, I'm going to bring that around to my knife shop and see if it will run my window AC, because that was the whole reason for getting this, was to run the window AC. So I'm fixing to go do that right now. I got a little bit more gas in here. I don't know how much, but it never did run out of gas yesterday, and I want to run it completely out of gas and then change the oil and put it up. So let me go do that. All right, I don't know if you can hear it running, but I've got it set on Eco, and I'm not sure it'll start this on Eco, so let's just see. Running it. Let's go see if this thing kicked up. Good Lord, no. Huh. All right, I'm just gonna let this run out of gas. I don't know how long that'll be. And just for a second, I'm gonna sit in front of this AC. Oh yeah, just look, it just kicked up a little bit. Okay, just kicked up, so this AC compressor must have kicked on. Well, it's absolutely working. Auto. Yep. Okay. Also, I have a new buffing wheel. Years ago, I used to buff the aluminum tanks and all the stainless on my truck, my Kenworth. And I use these Airway buffing wheels, and they're really, really hard. And I'm gonna see how these do on my bench grinder, and see if I can use these to put a shine on knives, buff out scratches, that kind of thing. Alrighty, well, I put a second coat on that table I'm working on out there. I'm probably gonna put a total of 4 coats on, and change the oil on this, put new bars on my chainsaws and clean the chainsaws up, and then I gotta go to town and get a sheet of plywood. So I'll be back as soon as this runs out and I get the oil changed. I'll maybe show myself changing the oil in that, because maybe some folks don't know how. I can't believe this generator is still running. I put 1/3 of a gallon of gas, roughly, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, it's hard to tell. But I'm sitting here waiting on this to run out of gas so I can change the break-in oil, and it is still running. So 4 hours and 20 minutes running that fan yesterday, and about 20 minutes running this AC. So my little 3-finger neck knife that is not sold yet, I'm gonna go ahead and sand this up while I'm sitting here and get the handles epoxied on. I gotta work on these separately, because those are gonna require a whole bunch of advanced sanding and buffing to get them really shiny, because they want mirror polished knives. So that's gonna take a lot more effort. And these, I can get these handle on these in probably 20 minutes or so. And still running. And got this all sanded up, cleaned up, got the handles cut and drilled and pinned and epoxied and clamped and cleaned back up from adhesive, and still running. That's an amazing little generator. I'm really glad I got it. Now that I know that it absolutely runs this without a problem, I'm really happy I got it. So I've got a whole bunch of bases covered in just a couple of days. And I gotta tell you, man, I feel like a new man. I am just so unbelievably grateful and thankful to the medical, I'm gonna say industry, because that's what it is. I mean, the pharmaceutical industry is just that, an industry. But I just can't describe how bad I felt for how long. And I feel like I have a new lead. I feel like I've been given a new life, basically. I have so much more energy and so much more desire to do things. Before, it was all I could do to get up out of bed, get dressed, and come down here and sit right here where I'm sitting and make knives. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I had no energy. Anyway, I've done, in just the last 2 or 3, 4 days, I've done more than I've done in months and months as far as rat killing and little projects. All right, well, I may just have to shut this off. I don't want to leave gas in it. So that's the thing. I don't want to leave gas in that generator. I want it to run itself completely out. Oh crap, I'm just gonna wait. It can't be much longer. Plus I've got this here running. It's gotta, the fan probably didn't pull much watts from it, but this has got to pull 1,500 watts, It's a 8,000 BTU AC. All right, I'm just gonna let it run a little longer. There's some other things I can do in here. I will go put this on my bench grinder. All right, I have done everything. I've got these cleaned up. They're ready to be buffed to a mirror polish and then have the handles put on. Oh yeah, I sharpened a knife the other day, and yeah, it worked. So I'm gonna shut this off. Then I'm gonna dump the gas out of that generator, crank it back up, and let it run itself dry. Then I'm gonna change the oil. I can't wait anymore. I got other things I gotta do. All right, changing oil. First, you need a pan, a lovely assistant, 16.9 fluid ounces of fresh oil. Earl. And then, it's weird, all you do is dump it over. There's no drain hole. So here we go.
What? That's weird looking color oil.
Yeah, it was very weird going in.
Yes, it is hot and it smells like gas. It does. It smells like gasoline.
Yeah. Okay. Just set it on the table over there.
Are you done with your lovely assistant?
I'm done. Thank you very much.
Okay. That was not on my to-do list today. Gotta go write that down on my list now. There's the oil in my laundry.
Okay. When you put the new oil in, here's the funnel. And when I got this brand new, I just marked that where 16.9 fluid ounces was, and away we go. This is a Pennzoil 1030, the good stuff. Okay. Well, I need 2 hands. All right. And put this little panel back on. It does not go on easy, I'll tell you that. Okay, well, it went on a little easier that time. There we go. All right, that was easy, too easy. Now I gotta change the oil in that lawnmower. And then I'm gonna go to town and get some plywood. This is a Hustler Raptor. And it's been a great mower. But let me tell you what they didn't do. They did not make it so a normal sized man can get his hands down in here and do everything you need to do for something that you have to do as often as changing the freaking oil. Okay, why won't you come out? Well, now I'm afraid that little, so I'm going to screw this back in, take that hose off, and make sure this hole ain't plugged up, because you can take this plug completely out, then you got oil everywhere. I tell you, ridiculous, man. For something you got to do as frequently as change oil, they made it this freaking difficult. And then you gotta, see, I got a pan under there. You gotta reach your hands in here and make sure, well, I want this thing focus, that the hose is gonna stick in the pan. So you gotta hold the hose. Now let me get some baling wire and poke it up in that hole. All right, I didn't feel anything in there, so let's see. Watch that plastic tube, and when oil starts coming out, that's when I gotta stick my hand down in there and make sure that tube is draining into the pan underneath it. There we go. All right, you don't want to watch that. All right, that's done. Now I need to put oil in it. Kawasaki FR600V takes 1.7 quarts, or maybe it was 1.8. 1.8. So I'm gonna start pouring, and I'll use that dipstick to see how far along I am. And I'm telling you, it feels like 120. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. I went to town and got my lumber, and my wife, Kroger's having another sale, and my wife bought a few more groceries on sale and downloaded some coupons, and we try to make our trips to town, we try to get as much done as we can because gas is so expensive, and it's a long way to the big town, you know. And we either go to Bossier or Marshall, and Marshall's Kroger is itty bitty, and Bossier's Kroger is brand new, and not brand new, a couple years old, and gigantic. And they usually have everything that they say is on sale. They usually have it. Anyway, that's it for me. It's just too hot. I was going to go back to the garage and put the new bars on the chainsaws and get that all squared away, but I got a sheet of plywood for my window AC project, and I got a 6x6 to replace Bevs porch support that is rotted at the bottom, and I got to do that pretty quick because it's just flopping around. So the whole corner of her porch is basically not setting on anything. Anyway, that's it for today. Have a good Thursday, y'all.